Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to our function. How are you?
Very well. I'm very, very pleased to be here today. It's been a very inspiring afternoon.
Now, in your opinion, what is Pakistan's greatest crisis right now? What is our major problem?
Well, that's a very difficult question because I do think we have several challenges before us. I think the most prominent challenge really is that of human development and human security. And just in defining what we mean by human development, it really means that how do we as a state, a nation and a society come together, put our resources planned in such a way, targeted in such a way, that they do indeed serve the needs of the majority of our people, serve their needs for education, for health, for water, for sanitation, for housing, for jobs, livelihoods, for economic activity as well as social activity, and for participation. So I think that when you're talking about human development, a subset of which is human security identified in terms of food secure or insecure areas of Pakistan. We all know what is the situation. Water security is a very major issue, not just in Pakistan, but across the world. The effects of climate change and the impact of climate change and global warming have impacted our country in particular, although the impact is not by country, but it is by region or by landmass. There are certain countries in the world that will not suffer such negative effects of climate change as some other countries will. Countries in Central America, the belt of Africa, many countries in Asia, Southeast Asia, these are more liable and much more susceptible to the negative impacts of climate change. So Pakistan really has to address, I think, in a very integrated manner, the entire issue of how do you provide people a safe and productive environment in which to live and work.
Now, we talked about a lot of factors. We talked about education and livelihood, and some of these themes are reflected in the Millennium Development Goals. Do you think Pakistan will be able to achieve its targets by 2015? And if not, what do you think are our main hurdles and challenges?
I think the facts are before us. The case is very clear. Pakistan will not achieve Millennium Development Goals targets by 2015. We also set our own targets through the Medium-Term Development Framework, the MTDF, which is the framework and the document that has identified targets which are a little different from the global targets that were set. And I think it's appropriate that we look at our own context. Pakistan is facing unique challenges. Not only do we face the challenges of water scarcity, climate change, land that is being degraded very rapidly, but also the challenges of terrorism, insurgency, terrorism, where we are placed regionally. Pakistan is bearing the brunt of the war on terror. So when you look at the political ramifications, when you look at the security in terms of the war against terror, as well as the development ramifications, the Millennium Development Goals are indeed an extremely difficult target to achieve. Now, this does not say that we have not made any progress. We do have more children in school today than we did 5 years or 10 years ago. We do have a more extensive network of healthcare facilities than we did a decade or so ago. There is a greater effort to address things, let's say the entire issue of poverty. The government of Pakistan has launched a very, very large-scale program called the Benazir Income Support Program. The primary objective and aim of that program is to give cash transfers to poor families as a first step. And then there are a series of graduation activities which will take that family into the next level. For example, provide at least one able-bodied person in that poor household with a guaranteed job for about 120 days in the year. Also provide microcredit, also provide vocational and technical training. And the large poverty eradication program through BISPs also, I think simultaneously there are other programs. So there are various initiatives that have been launched, but I think the Millennium Development Goals need much, much greater level of resources, investment. Our education sector budgets are just barely 2% of GDP. Health is 0.85% of GDP. We don't spend adequately on clean drinking water. We don't spend adequately on livelihoods, ensuring livelihoods. So we will really need to revisit the ways in which both government operates and the ways in which civil society can be further supported and enhanced, and better partnerships between civil society organizations and government initiatives.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And one very last question. What is your message to people who are going to be listening to you? What advice or what message would you just have for them generally?
I would say this, that all Pakistanis living in Pakistan or anywhere else, and all those who have a care and a concern for our country, need to think very, very seriously about those who are in well-placed positions, about their lifestyles. They need to be aware of the fact that we have to work together towards more conservation, protection for our environment. Maybe if we have to adapt to the imminent changes that are taking place as a consequence of climate, and over several decades, in fact in the next century, we will see a heating up of the environment. So my message is, understand the issues that confront us, understand what development is about. And in each one of our lives, I think that there is an effort we can make. Wherever you are, if you can educate a child, send the child to school. Wherever you are, if you can provide health care to anybody, do that. Wherever you are, if you can work with the communities to strengthen them, to empower them, and to help communities create their own infrastructures, let's do that. And wherever we are, let's live a life so that in such a way that we allow our children a better chance.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And so you heard Ms. Shehnaz Wazir Ali and her words of wisdom. She said, understand and learn. Yes, we are all in this together, so let's make an effort to find out what the real problems that are of today and of tomorrow as well. Thank you everyone for watching this YouTube video.